Satan's here all by himself in one spot. We know the Spirit's everywhere. We know that. We know what the Word says, so we can trust in that. So as a self-employed businessman, when some negative, how does Pastor Rob call them, joy suckers? The nip, 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 nip. When those guys try to hit me with, oh, Tom, aren't you concerned? Really? After sitting inside a prison cell and coming home and everything was fine? No. 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 And it's not that God has anything to prove to any of us either. But I trust Him. And the only understanding I have is I keep going back here. I got to keep those scriptures that are bottled up in me. And when one of those scenarios comes up, the scripture comes out of me. So the Obamacare thing, I don't care. God's got it. I mean, the worst case scenario is I don't even know and I don't even care. It just doesn't faze me, and it shouldn't faze any of you either. It shouldn't faze any of you either. Now let's go to Psalm 37:5. And actually, your homework is take a minute tonight, just read through all of Psalm 37. Psalms anyway is an unbelievable book. Psalm 37 is really, really good. So Psalm 37:5, but let me read to you to that. Starting at 1, it says, "Do not fret because of evil men, or be envious of those who do wrong." Process that for a second. Is there anybody in here that said, man, I don't understand why that dirtbag gets all of this stuff. He does every rotten thing in the book. He's got more money than he can possibly think of. Careful. Careful, because the Word says don't fret. Don't fret. Don't even waste any energy on that. It's easy. I do it too. So let us not fret. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Ben, how tough is grass? Good grass. Well, you got to hire Ben about every 10 years to redo it, so it can't be that good. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Verse 3, trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Verse 4, delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. Now, did you hear that? Who in here wants to lean on their own understanding when you hear a scripture like that? Let's do the feel-good scripture for a second. Let's read 4 again. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Every one of you, think about something you delight in. I really delight in my children. I really delight in my wife. I really delight in my mother-in-law. I delight in my helper, Rogelio. And I take great delight in my work. It's not about the money for me. I do love what I do. Verse 5. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. So, when you read this, it says, do not fret, trust, delight, and commit. Are we missing anything on the window sticker? I mean, man, that's tax, license, sunroof, leather interior, cruise control, radio works. Man, I don't think you could ask for any more than trust, delight, and commit. So, commit your way. Are we all the same? No. So, what is your way? You know, when we were in that business meeting, we were worried about our doors closing. We each had our own way. Okay, well, my way is different than Christy Sandoff's way. My way is different than Wolfgang's, Ben's, Daniel's, Pastor Rob. We're different. But if we pull together and put our arms around one another, even though Pastor Rob says red and I say blue, we look at each other and we say, well, let's commit our way to the Lord and we'll figure this thing out. Knowing that maybe we don't agree on our own understanding of things, but we have committed our way to Him. Good. So Daniel, you can put the $400 bills back up there. So how I see it is, a multitude of us, this is how we've committed our way. You know, we base a lot of our health. What do we talk about in this country? Mental health and retirement. Right? That's what we talk about in this place. We're still talking about health care. Every time I turn around, it's mental health, it's health care, or it's retirement. Do you know how many customers I've been blessed to know over the last 5 years that have lost every dime that they carefully invested because the economy went boom? So my retirement's based on, you know, we were talking about the riches that get built up, being trustworthy, do what I'm supposed to do down here. So my retirement's in heaven. Down here, they might bury me underneath the roll of carpet. I don't know. I really don't know. But this, I've seen a multitude of good people work their whole life, and they were positive that retirement was going to be there. And it crumbled. So it didn't make any sense on their own. And you know, it's not that I stand back easily and say, oh, well, you know, that's the way it is. Man, I hope that doesn't happen to any of us. But going back again to our, you know, this is our house. You know, we should all bang our heart a little bit and say, this is our house. This is Bell Road. This is our house. We're a part of this. We continue to build this. That's really cool that over on whatever street that was, they had the, you know, Pastor Rob was talking about the building fund, and that's great. But, you know, now this particular group, this is our house. So, you know, we should treat it as such. And not because of this. Because, you know, now that the building's paid off, what happens if we have some big weird tornado thing and it rips the roof off? Now are we all going to pout and want to kill each other again and say, that's it, me and Ben are leaving? We're not tithing here anymore? It can happen.
Yeah.
You know how many good things have happened to me in my life, and I get that phone call. Man, you know, I don't want to hear that bad news. But the Lord said, Tom, you know, you got to trust in me. Expect that bad news.
Amen.
That's what He's telling me in the Word.
All right, preach it.
So I leave you with Psalm 37, 1 through. I'm trying to be consistent here, but with Psalm 37, 1 through 5. But this week, let Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 resonate. You know, one of the things I love that Pastor Rob, I don't know if you guys all got the crux of the sermon today, but the bottom line when he was talking about reverb, you know, resonating fits in there. It's maybe not synonymous, but resonate fits in there. Yeah. And you know, now that we've made it to this point, all of us take note to not lean on our own understanding, so the next time we have a money issue, we can refer back. Let it vibrate. Yeah. Let all this good stuff vibrate back and go, didn't they say we were going to close our doors? Are you guys cool? I'm cool. Okay, let's go. Move on. In a dumb business meeting, let's go eat lunch. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to the eating part. Let me close this in prayer unless somebody else...
No, I got to clean up after the preacher.